Okay, here's the project I'm working on. I guess I gotta zoom out. It looks like this is a little better, the camera. The other camera is not quite as good for movies. I had a leak in here. This wire here used to come down on this. In fact, you could see the screw things. It came down through here, and then it went down, and it was leaking. It was wet in here. And it was going right down and coming out on the window. So it got underneath the sheeting. So I'm gonna extend this out. I moved the wire so that it's underneath, and then this wire connection will be protected. Hopefully that'll fix it. I did all this down here. It's dirty now. I got dirt on it. I mean, it was dry. So I'm gonna pour it tomorrow. It's too late to do it today. This is the other area I did, and this wasn't leaking, but it looked like it could. There was a spot back here that was it wasn't leaking. There was no water coming down, but I think in another few years it would be. So let's go to the top. I guess I got two green lights. The one on the top's green too. Up there. Can you see it? I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Okay. This is Necedah Tower. Commentary for the day. The elites, cabal, deep state, whatever. I think their next move is going to be probably an economic scare, and this disclosure with the aliens. I do think the disclosure is good, but there are people out there that want us to be afraid of them. They want to use the aliens the way they used to use the USSR, which the USSR was a good thing to be afraid of. They really were a bad thing. They've run out of bad things to be afraid of, though. And so now they're going to make some stuff up. They have this thing called the Atlas. And what it really is, they're saying that, oh, it's UFOs are coming to get you. It's just a comet. That's all it is. It's just a comet or asteroid or something. I think it has some kind of an orbit. But they're going to try to turn it into a something to scare people. So the aliens are going to come down and they're going to war the world, and they're going to try to do this. So don't believe them. Looks like they lost some oaks over here too. So don't fall for it. They may even do holograms in the sky. They could even use religion. So basically ignore it. There's going to be economic stuff. They're going to try to, I mean, the markets are all overbought too. So all this stuff's probably going to hit maybe at the same time. So keep your portfolio so you're not all into high risk stuff. I'm not saying to sell everything. I'm just saying don't have too much in one place, and don't have too high of risk. But they're going to try to play the alien card, and it's not going to work. Looks like there's a fire over there. I wonder if we could put that on manual. Get it focused. And there we go. Okay. Let's see here. It's on manual. They're not going to just give up. they're losing. But we're not going to have a nuclear war. We're not going to have a complete breakdown of society. They're going to try to, they control through fear. That's how they control. And they're losing this ability. They don't have the USSR anymore to strike fear in our hearts. They created the USSR, and the USSR fell. So they got to create a new thing for us to be afraid of so that they come in and save us. I mean, they got religion they can use, which they can only do so much with that. And then, of course, they could start another virus. That's another thing they could do. I think that whatever they start is going to be quickly resolved. Yeah, there'll be some people that are scared, but don't be one of them. I mean, use common sense. Don't put yourself in a position where you could become a victim. Of course, they got these wars, and the wars aren't going to work. I know a lot of people think that Trump's right in going into Iran, and I could see where he's coming from with Iran, but it may not work. I think he's doing better than Biden was, but we shouldn't put too much trust into it. It may not work. Maybe somebody else will come along, or maybe it'll just kind of fix itself. The people over there want a new government, though. And they were thinking that he was right, too. I was, too. I don't know if he was or not. War just may not work. It may actually make it worse, because these people thrive on that kind of thing. The elites love this. And it's like, yeah, it might not be exactly what they wanted, but it may not do as much help as we were thinking. We're going to see alliances change. We're going to see some new alliances. Maybe we're going to see the breakdown of some old alliances in the world. I would kind of like to see us maybe get away from, I think we're putting too much into NATO. And yes, Trump is slowly backing out of NATO. I'd like to see it go faster in a way, but he's probably learning just like the rest of us, you know, what works and what doesn't, what seems to be good, what seems to not be good. He's never been, I mean, he's never done this before either. He's been president before, but he doesn't know what's really going on. There's a lot of dark forces yet that are still in operation, and there's going to be some exposure. There's going to be some middle management people in the deep state that are going to turn against the deep state and maybe tell on them. And as those people leave, some others begin to bicker amongst themselves. So we're going to see a fractionalization, like a breaking up of the elite over time. But it's going to take a few years. It's not going to happen not going to all happen this year. There's a fire over there too, I think. So they're not a monolithic block like what we think they are. They maybe were 50 years ago, but they're not a monolithic block anymore. And they're going to start arguing amongst themselves because they're not going to know what to do. And so they're on a disadvantage, and they're hoping that they can keep us on our bad footing with all these scare tactics. They're going to try to throw some stuff at us. I think we're going to see a virus possibly. Maybe we're already seeing it. And it's going to be in the second half of this year. We're going to see some stuff going on. It won't be real long lasting, though, I don't think. I mean, we've only got 4.5 years, and things will get significantly better. They'll start to get significantly better. And yes, of course, we've got the cold period coming in 2032. But yeah, we're going to be maybe through, I think the rest of Trump's administration might be a little hard. We may have a new economic system coming in. It'll be there's one that's good that's coming. It's a good one that's coming, and they're putting it together. There's people that are good, that do have power, and they're putting this stuff together. They're doing it kind of behind the scenes, and when they get the opportunity, we're gonna be switched over to it. I don't know if it'll be all at once or if it'll be gradually, but it'll be a lot more equitable system, and I've talked about it before. But yeah, this alien disclosure, the aliens are not evil. There are evil aliens, but 95% of them are not bad. And there will come a day when maybe some of the good ones will show themselves, but they're not going to show themselves until they know that we're not going to shoot them. That we're not afraid of them. They don't want to come down here and create problems by showing themselves. But they're all around us. We can't see them. They're around us right now. They're out here. The good ones are, and they're watching over us. They're not all bad. There's some people that think, oh, all aliens are devils. They're not. That's something that the government's going to try to, these deep state people are going to try to maybe convince us that they're all bad. But they're not. There are bad ones, though. There's probably 5% of them are bad. But most of them are good. There's many different races of aliens. The founding fathers of America, they knew about the aliens. I think they maybe even met some or something, but they talked about people from other worlds. The founding fathers of America, and that was 250 years ago. And they knew about it. So this is not a new thing with the aliens. This is something that's been, it's not that we're just discovering them now. They've always been around. They've been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years.